Hello and welcome to Mountain Patriot Homestead. We are in the kitchen. I've got my apron on, so let's get cooking. Recently, I had shared a video with you about making strawberry quick bread, and I'll put that link down below just in case you didn't see that video. But in the video, I mentioned that I wanted to share a recipe with you on making a strawberry honey butter. Now today, we are going to be making a honey butter, but sadly, all of my strawberries have since been eaten, but that's okay because you can use just about any berry in place of strawberries. And just like I always say, of use what you have, I have some blueberries that I have had frozen in the freezer, which makes sense, that's usually where you freeze things. But I've brought them out, thawed them, and today we are going to make a blueberry honey butter. Now that will be excellent on so many different things, so let me show you just how easy it is to make. For this recipe, I'm going to be using one of my kitchen gadgets. This is just a magic bullet that I think I found at a garage sale, or it was given to me or something. I don't remember where I got it from, but I am using this. You could just as easily use a food processor, a blender, a mixer. You can mix it up by hand. I've got this. Thought I'd pull it out of the cabinet because I haven't seen it in a while, and we'll get this mixed up. All right, in this container, I have about a cup, maybe a cup and a half of blueberries, and I am just going to whiz them up. That's all I want it to do. I mean, if you want them completely bzzed up, you could do that too. But remember, I've got some more ingredients going in here. I probably need to pour a little bit of this off of there because I need about equal amounts of fruit and butter. So let me pour just a little bit of this off of there. It will not go to waste because I will use that later in another recipe. So I'm going to get this poured off real quick. Just going to eyeball a bit. Yeah, so about half a cup of your pureed fruit. It's easy for somebody to say, but apparently not me. So about half a cup of your fruit, and to that I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of honey. So let me grab my honey. This is a jar of raw honey that I had opened, and then it has just been sitting for a while and has begun to crystallize. But that does not mean that anything is wrong with this, because it is a natural process that we can easily remedy. And here's how. I've placed the jar of honey in a pot of warm water on the stove and just occasionally stirring it with my wooden spoon to loosen up those crystals that are in the jar until they are all melted and the honey becomes incorporated into a smooth liquid once again. And I'm going to put about a tablespoon, well, that wasn't it, about a tablespoon of honey in there. You know, the blueberries are sweet, but that's just going to add just a tad more. So that was about a tablespoon of honey. About a teaspoon of lemon juice. Just, you know, if you got fresh lemon juice, fine. I usually have this in the fridge, so I don't have lemon trees, so I use what I got. And then the final ingredient is a half a cup or 1 stick of room temperature butter. All right, let me rake part of that off of there. And I don't know if y'all do this or not, but I save these. I'll just stick them up in the butter compartment in my refrigerator because I'll use these to grease the inside of a dish that needs greasing. All right, I've got this back on the base. I'm gonna plug it in. Alright, we've got it to that point, but you see how it is kind of jamming up in there? Well, I am going to pull it off and we'll finish it up by hand. That looks good. Now, of course, depending on what you're serving, if you want strawberries, and this would be perfect. Yeah, you could mix your fruits too. If you like different types of berries, you could make a mixed berry butter. All right, now I could mix that up a little bit more. Got some trying to escape over here. Nope, can't go nowhere. Yep, tastes good. You know, I'm gonna try this on a piece of toast. Give me a second and I'll be right back. All right, I have me a piece of stovetop toast here. And to this, I am just going to add a smear of that blueberry butter. Blueberry honey butter. Look how it just melts down in that bread. Wow. Now you could use this on pancakes, you could use this on waffles, or just about anything that you would like a fruit butter on. And I'm pulling this honey over here that is now crystal clear. A little foam on the top from where it's heated up. And I'm just going to give it a little drizzle over the top of that. Or splops or whatever, but it's supposed to have been a drizzle, but I didn't really drizzle much, did I? But honey, you could leave it out if you wanted to. But you know, it is just such a healthy food. Honey is just so good for you. And the blueberries in here with their antioxidants, I'm not going to say this is health food. I don't try to pass off any of my stuff as health food. But this is better for you than any of those store-bought additive, preservative type things that you could try. So speaking of trying, let's give it a try. I've kind of got it tore up in some pieces here so I can manage it while I'm trying to talk and do all of this at one time. So here we go. That is just that blueberry honey butter And I'm just trying it on a piece of toast. Yes, that is good. Would it be good with strawberries? Yes. Raspberries, blackberries. It would be good with figs. Figs would be really good with it too. But, you know, for a fill-in for the strawberries, the blueberries are doing an outstanding job. Would be perfect on, like I said, pancakes, waffles. This is sourdough bread. So, yes, if you're looking for something to just kind of up your game a little bit at breakfast time, if you're having a brunch for friends, try some fruit butter. You saw it goes together really quickly. It always looks like it takes longer on these videos just because I'm trying to get everything together and all. But when you get in the kitchen doing it yourself, this whips up in just minutes. So it does not take very long. Get in there, give it a try, and enjoy what you're doing and do what you enjoy. I love y'all, and I hope you come back again real soon. We love you. Mountain Patriot Homestead, signing out.